And welcome to the DefSec 2023 podcast, sponsored by our good friends at Cisco. I'm Alan Dale. This is my good buddy Jerry Carew. We are Gale Force Winds. Anita, I tell you, there's one of my favorite parts of the world is RaceRocks. I love sailing by there. I remember as a young naval officer learning how to navigate in and around that part of the world. And every time I hear the word RaceRocks, my heart goes back there and I can't wait to see that again. Such a cool name for a company. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what it is that you do?
Thank you. Hi, thank you for having me. My name is Anita Pawluk. I am the CEO of RaceRocks. It is a Indigenous-owned, woman-led company. We are in training and simulation. We've worked with the Canadian Navy for over 10 years now and delivered over 15 million in training platforms. We've also developed ITBs with Babcock, Boeing, and Thales, and that is equal to about 17 million in credits.
Wow. Right out of the gate. Oh, yeah. Wow. So RaceRocks, tell us a little bit about the actual technology and the service or the product that you provide.
Definitely. Our focus is modernizing training. So through that, what we do is we go in and we work with the client to capture the problem. Really, first for us, it's really understanding what is the problem before we try to find the solution. And is there a legacy content out there that we can actually work with to bring in technology-enabled learning? For us, distributed learning is what we are good at, and it's what we really focus on. What the future is for us, actually, though, is adaptive learning. So through that, what we're looking for is building out a platform that customizes the training so that it's the most efficient training for the trainee. So what we do is we don't, in the adaptive world is we support your strengths, but really what we work with is your weaknesses. So each trainee has a different experience, but the outcome is the same.
Wow. The team, how big is the team now?
We are 40 employees and growing, and we actually are fully remote since COVID in 2020. And we now span both coasts, and we have employees in 6 provinces. And something that's new for us is we actually just incorporated in Nova Scotia.
Just incorporated.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
That's great. DefSec 2023 was a good show for you so far. What were you hoping to achieve?
It's a great show for us. So incorporating in Nova Scotia for us, really the reason we wanted to do that was to be closer to the East Coast. Right now we are positioned on, our head office is in Victoria, close to the Navy on the Pacific side, and that's who we have really strong relationships with. All of our businesses come through strong relationships. So what we're here to do is actually to meet the workforce here. We're hoping to actually expand the workforce, but also meet the clients here on the East Coast and build those relationships with them and hopefully duplicate what we're doing on the West Coast here on the East Coast.
Women-led, Indigenous-led company. Tell me the importance of that.
The importance of that is, as an Indigenous entrepreneur, I see a great participation from Indigenous communities, business, and peoples in the defense sector as a path towards meaningful reconciliation.
Do you see yourself as a role model?
I'm actually more of a person that likes to walk the walk than talk the talk.
Right.
But what I am learning is being a woman in defense, being Indigenous, and advertising that has actually helped attract more women and Indigenous people to defense. So a role model, I don't like to call myself something like that, but if someone can see that someone else can do it, that is similar to them and succeed, I'm hoping that that creates generations that flow into defense.
We see you that way.
Oh, thank you.
It's interesting. So you're right. It's so vitally important that people see themselves in that path and know that there's an opportunity there. RaceRocks doing great things. I mean, one of the first clients, I believe, might have been the Asterix, and what an incredible solution that was for the Canadian government, certainly supporting the Navy. Tell me about that experience for you.
Definitely. That was the first time we had a program that was over. It was a multi-year program, multi-million-dollar program. It gave us the time to really have sort of that runway. It started RaceRocks into being a small business, but actually moved us more towards how we could see ourselves as a medium business. We did the gap analysis all the way to full delivery of the entire training package. We also created that training package while the ship was being built. So the sailors were actually trained before they actually got on board the ship.
Wow.
And was super exciting for us, and it attracted great talent to the RaceRocks team. And we're really thankful to Federal Fleet Services for giving us that opportunity.
Isn't it great, that first kind of real big opportunity and the relationships that you still hold with that? It's that kind of point in time that allows you to level up. But it sounds like you're leveling up again. You're making other steps now, right?
Definitely, yes. Right now we're under contract with the Royal Canadian Navy, and that's how we actually created that relationship with them, was through the asterisks. So right now we're on a multi-year, multi-million-dollar contract with a ceiling that is out to 2025. That again has given us another opportunity to grow our team. Again, another runway we could see so we could actually forecast and hire that great talent.
Yeah, and I noticed that you've brought Joanna Davies into the fold. Help, I couldn't have picked a better person to do it. Her heart is in this game.
Absolutely.
She wants to see companies succeed in Canada and do well. What a great hire that was for you.
Oh, we are over the top. Again, for me, another woman that has navigated the defense industry. Fantastic. We are in her backyard right now in Halifax, where she knows everyone. It's like walking through a mall with someone that's like a star. She's stopped every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So yes, her relationships, her experience is really beneficial to, again, helping us scale RaceRocks.
Word has it she has broad reach as well.
Very nice, Jerry.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's a product placement. So, Anita, it's an absolute pleasure to be in conversation with you. Tell me what you're most excited about over the horizon. What's a big thing that's keeping you awake at night that you're excited about?
Super excited. I'm really excited about building capacity in the Indigenous economy. That for me is to attract Indigenous people to defense and to marine jobs. Right now we are in proposal with the government and another Indigenous company called Coastal Restoration Society. They are actually also head officed on Vancouver Island, but they work on both coasts. And so really what we're looking at with that is the marine trade. How can we get Indigenous people back on the water? And if not back on the water, but with our technology-enabled training that will help them get back on the water, potentially they want a job in STEAM, which we added art to that. So it's usually STEM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, because we believe in training, the visualization component is very important.
What a wonderful conversation.
Super.
Anita, I have two nieces. They live right here in Halifax. Alan and I have interviewed 700 people. There's a select few interviews that I make sure that they see. This will be one of them.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Wonderful.
One other thing I'd like to add on too is that to attract Indigenous people to STEAM, we are rolling out our intern program next year called Kishkeda, which in Michif it means learn, and it's focused just on Indigenous people, and we're working with Indigenous academia to attract Indigenous people to tech career paths.
Wow, that's an exciting thing.
Very exciting. Thank you.
Thanks for being on the show, an absolute pleasure.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Anita, for being a role model.
Oh, I appreciate it.